Hey everyone, welcome to the video. We're really just saving for 7 ER now, but still rocking those HCRC hits. And do think even at max 6 ER, it seems like the fastest. Just being able to go across gaps and just get troops where you want them to be. And we'll try out a few hits. Got our first match over here. 6 ER with 80, maybe a secret player. 80 building health, 80 troop health. So we should try to be a little faster on this base. And going back to our classic hit against secret players. 1 HC, a bunch of RCs. And on this one we can do 2 Zooks. Like one from this side, maybe shocking that machine gun, we'll kinda see. And then Sparky with the other Zook over there. And just go from the right side. So we'll get 1 HC on the left, a few RCs and 1 flare. We want the HC left so it can distract that cannon. And then here do a critter shock. All the while dropping 1 Zook on this side, Sparky in the other Zook. And now the HC should distract for RCs rest of that side. You can watch as this guy goes. Maybe 1 shock on that machine gun. And the top doesn't look too bad. He did finish, so we gotta be a little fast. Can maybe start arting out here. Let's get a few critters and 1 shock. Just gotta wait for these bottom ears to die. And pretty soon setting that flare. Can just do it now. A few more arts here and then last one over here. So 302, see if it's enough. He did seem pretty fast for a secret player. And we'll check it out. It looks like we got him just a couple seconds and some good stars. So thankfully with only 80 building health, you can be fast if you want to, even when they got a decent amount of defense. And still we can check out his hit. I'm kinda surprised that Seekers are still working a little bit. I know we don't have those 6 hot pots at 7 ER, but that might be like the defining moment where, okay, now Seekers can't work. This guy with everything, bullet, HCs, and Seeks. It looks like a pretty solid hit. Especially with those HCs distracting that shock launcher, clearing a bunch of mines. But just showing that it's still possible to be faster. And we got another match over here. I don't know if he's a secret player. He's only got 50. I think he has to be. 0 building damage. So we'll still try for a fast hit. Or he could be like just rushing to RCs or something. And maybe still going from the right side. I think that might work out. Because other than that shock launcher and machine gun, not a lot of splash on the left side. We can even kill this ER then flare up, because 1 Zook can get this ER from the right, another Zook and Sparky from the left, and then maybe just shock or even critter distract that shock launcher. So we'll go ahead, try that out. 1 HC, bunch of RCs. And maybe just kill that flame and then flare on up. Could get that boom cannon too. So we'll flare a building this time. Do a critter shock. And 1 Zook on each side. Sparky on the left. And they actually got a nice split up top. Get a critter going to distract that shock launcher. And then maybe 1 more here since we got some RCs spreading out. Zooks don't look too bad. And pretty soon, yeah, we've got to shock that boom cannon. This side looking okay. We'll do a couple hacks. And then 1 more shock on that boom cannon. And pretty soon we can just start flaring. Get this ER first. And as it's almost down, do a flare. Hopefully 2 arts are enough. So not as fast as the other base, but I think still okay. We got 253. And now just hoping it's also fast enough. And a few second win again. Think he was a secret player. Running, or I guess not, just super fast with HCRC. So if you want that 170 troop damage, 100 GB, even crittering at 1 ER, it's another fast way to hit it. We are going to switch to 170 troop damage at some point, but that's really once we get to 7 ER and that building health right after. Because once we get this, then more troop damage makes sense because we're running RCs and they really benefit from that TD. Another match over here, this time 7 ER, and he's got a lot of TD too. I'm pretty sure we can critter out over here, like that mortar shouldn't be a problem. We can probably art out this rocket and then just critter where that shield is. Otherwise maybe spread everyone out, finally using like a normal loadout. 2 HCs, 6 RCs. And we can just go from the left side. Like maybe 1 HC, 2 RCs. Or keep it simple, just 1 and 3 on each ramp. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll just do Sparky in the middle. Art out that rocket, maybe 3 arts. Get 1 more going. And then just a bunch of critters. We'll just do 2 because we need more GB for a shock. This side looking okay. And then pretty soon gotta do 1 more shock. And then maybe just 1 more in total. Again, this side looking okay. We'll keep on going back and forth just to see how it's going on the bottom. And then we'll do 1 more critter up there because that flame is about to die. And still just kind of let them spread out. Especially with 2 ERs dying around the same time. Even hacking that boom cannon. But pretty soon we're going to start flaring. So go to this one first. We know we're a bit early, so we'll use a few arts. And then flare again. Still need maybe 1 more art. 1 more after that. And maybe not a bad time. 248. 7 ER does have the same health as 6 ERs. So don't need to worry too much on that sense. And looks like it's good enough. I think he was kind of fast too for using maybe RCs. I don't know, Sparky lasers, who would have thought? Sparky, all lasers and 1 cryo. It's kind of cool it even got that fast of a time. I mean, maybe with HC lasers it could be a thing. But I think on spread out bases at 7 with 6 hot pots, that's gonna be tough. But still cool seeing other troops being used. We can do 1 more match here. This guy 6 ER. And looks like he's missing both a shield and laser beam. So maybe using like HC bombers. Doubt he's using seekers cause only 50 GB, 50 troop health. But on this one we can try going. Right side doesn't look too bad. Hoping for a split on this side over here. And too bad he doesn't have a sky shield because that's a real value shock. 3 boom cannons and cannon. And then towards the end we can just go for this last ER. So 2 HCs and Sparky. Waiting just a bit, then drop the RCs. Just so the HCs go up in front and can tank that first shot. And hopefully a good split. I think we got a decent one there. 1 HC on the top, 1 on the bottom. We'll keep on shocking those boom cannons for quite a while. just letting our RCs spread out. Can maybe hack something pretty soon. Not now because rocket is kinda useless. You usually want to try hacking like a cannon, boom cannon. And maybe just a critter over here. Already used a few amount of shocks. And just watching everyone go. Can do a critter here. Help protect from that sniper. And so far looking kind of okay. I should really shock that boom cannon now. And pretty soon just start flaring. So going for this bottom one. And then in just a bit, flaring that last ER with a bunch of arts. I lost a few RCs, but shouldn't be too bad. Gonna be pulling a 232. So a little easier base with no sky shield, but I think most 6 ERs were kind of going from that way. One side and across the gap. And taking that win. 215 seems kind of decent too against full-on defense. This guy running, yeah, HC bombers. So seeing like everything today. Which isn't a bad combo, though once you go 7 ER, you're kind of losing every single proto. Especially if you want the 6 hot pots, you got no shield gen, and no laser beam. But we'll see how it turns out at final meta. Still about a few days to go. So with our last chest, even though we got the tokens, we're gonna leave GBE at 80, Sparky level 2. We should have maxed HC sooner, can do that now. And we still want to save a few chests for max rockets. But otherwise, waiting just a few more days, get 7 ER, building health, and those hot pots. But until then, we'll see how it goes. That's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.